Welcome to Kentucky Horsepower, the official podcast of the Kentucky Automobile Dealers Association.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Kentucky Horsepower, the official podcast of the Kentucky Auto Dealers Association. I'm your Vice President, Sarah Bishop. This episode, I am joined by Jason Wilson, but no, not that Jason Wilson. This is Jason Wilson of Kosair for Kids. Hi, Jason. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Miss Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing good. I hope that you had a great holiday. And you know, as a Jason Wilson, we're accustomed to having one of those here, so we just feel right at home with you on our podcast.
Well, I tell you, I told the other Jason Wilson, he's the better looking Jason Wilson, and no, it's an honor to be with you here today, and thank you for the privilege and the opportunity to be with you this morning.
Well, I want to talk about our program with Kosair, but even before we do that, I want to talk about some of the really incredible work that you guys do for families across the Commonwealth. I know your offices are in Louisville, but I know that you are helping kids from Pikeville to Paducah, as they say. And especially, I think what we just highlighted on our social media was with the NICU, expanding maybe the NICU in Corbin. Tell us a little bit about that specifically, and also kind of a broader description of what y'all do.
Well, we have been very fortunate over the years to be able to provide services for our children in Kentucky and Southern Indiana. And one of the things, we think children are the best thing in the world. And so the NICU units, we have partnered with Baptist Hospital to create more NICU units in their hospitals all across Kentucky. And that program started last year, and we will continue that on. And so, you know, at birth, sometimes our children have a little bit more difficulty to get here, and we recognize that. And so the NICU units are a way for Kosair for Kids and that hospital to partner together to create and have everything that they need in one place for those children.
Well, and it's so helpful. I mean, as the parent of a couple NICU babies myself, more NICUs in more locations really helps mom and baby stay together when baby has special needs. So I think that is immensely valuable for the kids, for the entire family. So I think that's really exciting.
It is. The families, as you very well know, and even myself, our children are very important to us. And so when there's issues that come up and they have to be in that type of setting, we want that setting to be unique enough and intimate enough where in a stressful situation that they're already in, this kind of helps them be together as a family, and the hospital and the NICU units have the equipment that they need to take care of that child. And that's all about what Kosair for Kids does.
Yeah. What else what would you say are some other major items that you've done in 2025? I know that you guys do so much that's seen, but even more that's unseen. So tell us a little bit more about the highlights from 2025.
Well, that's a great thing, because there's a few areas that Kosair for Kids focuses on. Number one is child advocacy. We want to protect our greatest gift from the good Lord in heaven, and that's our children. And so we work with many child advocacy agents across the state to make sure that we are protecting our child, and hopefully one day to eliminate the child abuse issue that we have in Kentucky. And it is horrific. It's unacceptable. And since 2013, Kosair for Kids created the Face It movement to work with, like, Kentucky Youth Advocates, CASA, even some other organizations, to make that awareness to be there so we can try to eliminate this problem of child abuse. Secondly is our grant program. Very few people know that On the average, we support nearly 100 other nonprofit organizations throughout the year that have the same mission of helping children 0 to 18 years of age. And on the average, we give out about $13 million a year to nearly 100 different nonprofits across Kentucky and Southern Indiana. This year was a record year. 25 was a record year, almost $15 million that we spent. So that grant program is available to any nonprofit that helps children. There is a process that they go through, but it is there. Third is our Kosair Kids Financial Assistance Program. That is direct support to children and families in Kentucky that may need help paying medical bills, therapy, wheelchair ramps, vans, etc. And so there's a process there. We spend nearly $1 million in addition for that program each year. Up until about 3 years ago, we were only spending $500,000, but the need got so great and the requests started coming in. And so our board voted up it to $1 million. And so that's what we do.
Well, and you think about how many kids that helps just on a regular basis. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. We've helped about 170 different families this year with the Kosair Kids Financial Assistance Program, and we expect that to rise again. And then finally is our experience program that not a lot of people see, but that experience program is sometimes life throws us a lot of curveballs, right? And some families don't have the ability to go on vacations like you and I might do. And so we do this experience program for children. One of the most popular one is we rent out the castle in Lexington, outside of Lexington.
I've seen some of the pictures from this one. It warms my heart every time. Tell us more about it.
Isn't it great though?
It is.
So we have these little girls, and they're all Kosair for kids. They're all Kosair kids that we've helped, and they come and we treat them like a little queen. And so we buy them their favorite Disney character dress, and the UK dance team comes and does their makeup, and they have tea, and we have presents for them. And it's just a magnificent thing. And you talk about warming your heart, that certainly will. And then at the end of the year, we always have a big holiday party where Santa Claus is there, and some of these kids may or may not get the holiday and Christmas
that we want them to have.
that we want them to have. And so they all get some presents, they all get food, they all get to see Santa. There's a lot of games, and so it's a lot of fun. This year was a record year of about 400 kids. So
wow.
We ran out to Melwood Arts Center here in Louisville, and had kids all across the state to attend. And so that's kind of our 4 focus areas that we do at Kosair for Kids. And we are so honored that KADA has allowed us to have this voice, and it means the world to us.
Well, 2025 was kind of the first full year of our partnership. And if you're not familiar with that partnership, what we do is we ask our members to donate $1 for each car they sell every month to Kosair for Kids. If you're a dealer and you're listening and you want to join, I will certainly include the information for how to do that. But there's a lot of ways to set that up with you for dealers who want to participate. First of all, let's shout out our dealers who are participating. Do you have some of those that we can shout out specifically?
I do have the list, and unfortunately, I'm getting old and I have to put my glasses on. So yeah, Alton Blakely Ford, Alton Blakely Honda over in Somerset, Bob Hook Chevrolet here in Louisville, Champion Chevy in LaGrange, Champion Ford in Owensboro, Craig and Landreth here in Louisville, and their pre-owned vehicles in Clarksville, Cronin Hyundai of Nicholasville, Flaherty Chevrolet there in Brandenburg, Carey Automotive up in the Cincinnati area, Marshall Auto Group of Dry Ridge, and then the Swopes in E-Town. Every dealership they have, the Chrysler, the Toyota, the Mitsubishi, Bob Swope Ford, Freedom Plan, Nissan, and Hyundai. They're all a part of that, which is great. Toyota of Louisville, and Tri-County Ford and Buckner. All of these, and Don Franklin Auto Group. They, kind of, Don Franklin was kind of the first dealership that come on board and they made a commitment to us, and so that was awesome. So that kind of spawned everything. Talking to you guys and Larry Craig and I coming and talking to Jason, and so that's kind of how it all did. And Vitu, we want to give a shout out to Vitu as well, because they come up with a donation just recently.
V2 is our preferred partner for electronic registration and titling services. But yes, V2 did just have a donation recently at our last board meeting, and we appreciate that. So, for our dealers who maybe weren't on that list but are ready to go and to participate, it's a new year. They can start with their January sales. They can do this dollar per car every month, right? Or they can do just a flat donation every month if they don't want to, have to do that accounting at the back end.
There is several ways to do it, and I think you probably have everything that we could possibly need for that. And so they can call me directly, and we can set it up. Many people are they do it monthly, and that's fine. They can go to our website, kosair.org /KADA, and it takes them right there, and they can donate. Or if they want to be billed quarterly, or if they want to write one check for the entire year or 2 checks a year, really doesn't matter to us. We try to make it as easy as possible for the dealerships, because I know they're busy. I mean, I really
they are. And, I'm sure that you would be happy it being January to take a check for somebody's 2025 sales now.
That's right. We can do that. They can back pay.
That's right.
I won't even charge them interest.
Oh, see that? Where are you going to get a deal like that, guys?
I know. But we did. And Sarah, we did $30,000 this year total. And so with those dealerships, now that does not count some other money that had come in, but the dealerships that I just named, that's where we're at. And so that's magnificent. And Don Franklin had already made the leading gift. And so it's a little skewed, just a little, but $30,000 for the first year is wonderful. And Sarah, we helped over 200,000 kids in 2024. Our numbers will come out in 2025, probably in the first quarter. And I'll get you the numbers too, how many kids we.
Well, we're excited for our small part in helping the kids across Kentucky, and we're thrilled to do it. We are so happy with the 30,000 number from last year, but we're ready to take it higher this year. So we're going to do everything we can. If you're listening and you want to get on board, reach out to me or reach out to Jason or reach out to KADA's Jason Wilson. Any number of Jason Wilsons can help you get started. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for being here. A huge thank you to those who are already participating, and come on in. To those of you that aren't participating, come join the fun. Thanks, everybody, and we will see you next time on Kentucky Horsepower.
Thanks, Sarah. Have a good day.